Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another speed build. Today we're building a vacation home in the world of Selvadorada, and this is on a 20 by 15 lot. If I'm not wrong, I think this is the smallest one in this world, and I was just really inspired to build something like a vacation home or just somewhere you would visit when you're going on a trip. Yeah, and I immediately thought of Selvadorada. So if you didn't know, this world came with the Jungle Adventure game pack, which I absolutely love. I love all the build mode items. It's just so my vibe. But anyways, this vacation home, I imagined that it would only be for a single sim because I have the bed tucked to one side to the wall. So if your sims can scoot over, then you can definitely have two sims living in this home. But I just imagined that this is a small place, and I just thought it would be very nice for just a single sim to live here. But anyways, if you like this vacation home, you can download it from Sims 4 gallery under my origin ID shansimsyt, or you can also find it under the hashtag shansimsyt, and you'll be able to download this build. And if you're new here, don't forget to click subscribe and turn on the notifications button so you get notified each time I post a new video. So let's go straight into the build right now. I think I was really inspired to build this because I just kind of miss traveling too. The last time I traveled was, I think it was 2019. Yeah, I think it was for my 22nd birthday, and it was so fun. It was actually my solo trip. It was my second solo trip that I took, and yeah, I don't know why, but okay, so basically on my 21st birthday, I wanted to travel to Hong Kong myself, and then afterwards it just sort of became something that I would like to do for my birthday each year, but sadly I couldn't do so after 2019 because the whole pandemic problem. So 2020 onwards I just didn't travel anymore. So 2019 was my last year that I traveled. So 2019 I traveled to Malacca, and it was so fun. I think it was either a 3-day 2-night or a 2-day 1-night trip. No, it was a 3-day 2-night trip, yeah, correct. And oh my god, there was so many. The trip was super happening. I feel like for the two solo trips that I took, there were some crazy things that happened. Okay, but just let me share with you what happened on my second solo trip to Malacca. So I was there alone, and so because prior to going there, I actually did my research and like some of the places that I would like to visit. And I mean, Malacca is pretty small, and I think there's really nothing much that you can actually find, or like, I don't know, like just move around or whatever. But basically I googled, and I realized there's this like really nice sand dunes in Malacca. So it's kind of like I don't know how to explain, but maybe I'll just insert a picture if I can find it online. So I basically just went to the sand dunes, and mind you, it's a pretty far walk in from the outside. So when I took a Grab there, the Grab driver just dropped me off outside this place where they had a huge carnival going on, and it was probably around like maybe 5 p.m. that I reached there. So it was very crowded at the carnival, and then it was quite a long walk in to the actual sand dunes area. It was really quiet. It's like, I think there were probably like 1 or 2 more groups of people who were there with me as well, but overall it was really quiet. But the walk in, oh my god, the sun, I think it was just so beautiful. And I think it's because the sun was gonna set soon, so the sky was really nice, and I just really just enjoyed myself being there and whatnot. So eventually when I got into the sand dunes, I was just like climbing all over the sand and whatnot, trying to take pictures like like a typical tourist. But but yeah, and I think I got so carried away because I started noticing that the groups were starting to leave. But I was just like, okay, you know what, just let me get a few more shots because this is such a nice place. Okay, maybe I'll insert another photo to show you like maybe some of the pictures I took when I was there, but it was so beautiful. And then yeah, so afterwards, like for I swear it was just like one moment the sky was still bright, and then the next moment it just became so dark, and I started to panic because I realized there was like no one's there anymore. Like I couldn't see any of the other groups who were there with me previously, so I started to panic. And then like I just like started to go down the sand dunes. Like I tried to make sure it was really quick because I don't want to be on top of the sand dunes like when it was really late. Like I wouldn't be able to see or like find my way out. So by the time I was like down from like where the sand dunes were, there was still like a long path where I needed to get out from. So then it was too dark, and then I tried to remember the route that I took like when I came into the sand dunes, but I realized like I just couldn't find my way out anymore. And by that time I think it was really like 7:30 or something, so it was totally dark. Like the only light I had with me was my phone, and thank God my phone was like my phone still had battery, because I think without my phone I wouldn't be able to get out and I would be in the dark. So like at the moment I was just like, oh my god, so many things happening. I couldn't think. I was panicking, and I was just like, oh my god, how am I gonna get out of here? And then I started using my phone to Google, and I was kind of surprised that there was still connection there. But either way, I started Googling like, oh my god, how am I gonna get out of here? What is the number to call like for help if I'm stuck somewhere like in a foreign place? And then like so many bad thoughts just came to my mind all of a sudden. But yeah, so I started running because it was so dark, and I just didn't want to be in a place where I don't even know. And the grass, okay, so basically I think I ran off path, so I just found myself in an area where there were like like really long and tall grass. And yeah, because I think I felt like I was getting deeper and deeper into where I shouldn't be wandering into, so I started to run away. And yeah, so I just started running and running and running. And I just like at this one point of time I just like, okay, maybe I don't know, it was just something in me that told me that maybe I should stop running. And so like when I have no idea why also, but then after that I just used my hands and then just push away the grass, and I realized that if I had moved or like run further, I would drop into this pool of water, this body of water. And it isn't even like just a small pond, it's basically like you run off the cliff. Yeah, and like right opposite the cliff right opposite the water body is where the carnival is, and it was where I came from. So I was just wondering, how am I gonna get back there? I thought like it was such a long way back, I had no idea where, like how to get to there again. So I was just like, oh my god, this is it, I think I'm gonna spend the night here. But then I remembered that my friend told me like I could call him if there was anything and I needed help with in Malacca. My friend isn't in Malacca, but like he's in Singapore. I think he was just like kind of worried because I was gonna solo travel in Malacca. So I immediately called him, and thank god he picked up my call. And so I was telling him I think I got stuck in this area and I couldn't get out. And yeah, so he immediately told me what to do. He told me to share my location via Telegram, and he was able to guide me out. And yeah, the moral of the story is don't stay at a place where you don't know until late at night, where there's no one with you or no one around you. And try to be better at reading maps. Yeah, that's like something I got out of it. But yeah, it was a pretty eventful trip, I would say. Really thankful that I followed my instincts and not continue running and falling into the body of water. But yeah. And then for my first solo trip, oh my god, that was in Hong Kong. So I booked an Airbnb and I just I was really excited because I think it was a 10 days trip. Yeah, so I booked an Airbnb I think on my second last day, maybe my second last day. Yeah, so my second last day I was back in my Airbnb early. Okay, so my Airbnb is like it's at this this alley. So it's on the 3rd floor, and there's no lift at all, so I needed to climb all the way up. But it's a very narrow hallway when you enter the Airbnb. So like I think there's a total of 3 rooms, and then right at the end of the hallway is the bathroom. So it's really small, but at a point of time, the owner is like living in the house, and then there are 2 more like other people living in the Airbnb as well. So if I wasn't living in the Airbnb, the owner would be sleeping in the room that I was sleeping in. So now he just sleeps in the hallway with his dog. I mean, it was a bit weird, but then like I didn't give much thought. So afterwards, so basically I just sleep in my own. So I just sleep in a room where he used to sleep in. And then on the second last day, because I was home early from wherever I was shopping at or like exploring, so the owner asked if I wanted to go to IKEA, and I was just like, oh, okay. Like, you know, for me, I was just like, I really wanted to, you know, bond with people and like make new friends. So I was totally fine with it. So he brought his dog along, which is so cute. His dog's so cute. But so he brought his dog along, and then he had another bag. So his dog is in one bag, and then he has another bag. So we took a cab to the IKEA in Hong Kong. And then while we were there, I think he picked up some stuff, I think some food that special food for his dog, because I think his dog is sick. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I remember his dog was sick, so he needed to you know, come up with cook something special for his dog. But so yeah, when we were at the counter, he just because he was carrying 2 bags, right? So then one of the bags, without his dog, he opened it, and then he started like, you know, taking things out. And I was just like, oh my god, why do I see like a spanner, and then like, you know, tools, like basically tools, and then there's like rope, and then there's like hammer and things like that, and then so many things just run through my mind. I think my mind was going wild when I saw all those stuff. And I was just wondering, why does he need to carry all this out when he's just gonna get food? And then like, you know, bad things just came to my mind. I was just like, oh my god, is he trying to kidnap me? Is he trying to kill me? I have no idea. Then I was just like, I was trying to, you know, comfort myself, and I was just like, but then he has like 2 more tenants that he has been living with, and he hasn't done anything. Then I was just like, oh my god, but what if I'm the first person? Like, what if I'm his first victim? Like he's been holding off for so long, and he just finally decided like he couldn't wait anymore. And I was just like, oh my god. So okay, so from that point onwards, I was like super cautious. I made sure not to, you know, walk in front of him, just so that he couldn't, you know, strike me from the back. And I just made sure to either walk beside him, or just walk behind him, so he's always in my sight and I know what he's doing. So I was starting to get a bit, you know, cautious and just jittery. And yeah, so eventually we took a cab back together. And mind you, for the first few, I think like for the first 10 or 9 nights, I didn't even lock my door. I don't think I locked my door. Yeah, I think because living in Singapore, like I just like, I've been just so blessed with I don't know, safety and things like that. So I think naturally when I travel overseas, I just kind of, yeah, it's just like a tendency, like I just, you know, I think it's safe too. But afterwards, at that point, after that encounter at IKEA, I was just like, okay, fuck, I'm just gonna lock the door and make sure like nobody comes in. And even on the day where I had to leave for the airport, which was like I think 5 a.m. in the morning, the Airbnb owner was sleeping like just right outside my room, just because like I mentioned, the hallway is really narrow and small. So it's like immediately when you walk out of your room, it's like the hallway, and then you walk straight, it's the toilet. So toilet and the kitchen. But yeah, like so that day when I was supposed to, you know, hop on my flight back to Singapore, I just made sure I didn't make a lot of noise. I didn't even say goodbye to him because I was so scared he wouldn't let me leave. Like I think, oh my goodness, it was so funny now I think about it. But yeah, I was just like super worried that I couldn't even make it for my flight. Like I was just thinking, okay, maybe the day he brought me to IKEA, he had all those plans in mind, but then like he couldn't execute it. So today would be the day he's gonna do it. And I was just like, oh my god, I'm not gonna let that happen. So I basically just, you know, carried my luggage, super heavy luggage. I think, yeah, I have 1 luggage, and then I had this like 1 big carrier. So basically I was carrying like quite a few stuff, and I had to bring it down to the first floor. So I made sure I was really quiet and not wake him up. And yeah, so I think he probably knew that I was gone when he woke up. But yeah, so I was really glad nothing happened during the trips, the two solo trips that I took. But it really just made me realize that I need to be more wary of my surroundings and people, and just be be a bit more smart, I guess. But overall, very very exciting adventures, I would say. I mean, it's something to share. I mean, it's just nice to have something to look back to, and just now that you think of it, it's just like so silly. And yeah, but I swear to God, at that point of time, those moments weren't like even silly or funny. It was just like pure scary. But anyways, I think I've talked over the whole vacation build. So if you like this vacation home, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to click subscribe so you'll get notified each time I post a new video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.